Hello and welcome to Military Mayday. We're pointing out a few pieces on the chessboard. Got a decent sized little piece here. Unfortunately, I don't have a tally on how many are being made. We do have a tally on how many is already out there. But as far as the Su-57s, no tally, and none of the 34s or 35s. But this is an important story. I'm going to get through it pretty quick. By year's end, the United Aviation Corporation aims to fulfill its yearly target for combat aircraft deliveries to the Russian airborne space forces. As we revealed on November 22nd, UAC has delivered a fresh batch of Su-34 fighter bombers. Today, Rostec, along with the UAC, made a public delivery of the new Su-35s to Russia's military. As their tradition, the plant shared a video of this significant milestone. The exact count of the Su-35s is a new consignment wasn't disclosed, echoing a scenario with the Su-34's delivery. The footage with the cosmonaut plant suggests the presence of at least two, maybe three fighters. However, we need to remember that these images and videos don't serve as an absolute reference for the final number of units delivered. No, there's going to be more than that. According to Vladimir such, Rostec's first Deputy General Director, the Su-35s is a paramount fighter aircraft in the Russian military's arsenal. He affirmed that its superior performance in real-time combat situations is a testimony to its effectiveness. From his perspective, this aircraft combines a vast array of powerful features, including advanced long-range guided weapons for both air-to-air and air-to-surface combat, as well as state-of-the-art electronic defense systems. Designed for ultimate air superiority, the Su-35 aircraft can obliterate both ground and sea targets. It's effective not just in daylight, but in adverse weather conditions as well, even at a great distance from Russian airfields. What's impressive about the aircraft is its role as a bridge, easing transition for pilots to fifth-generation aviation. And that would be an important factor. And the SU model is a pretty badass, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that it's an actual English design. An Englishman designed it, but England didn't want it, and then he sold it to the Russians. I believe that's how that goes, and they've encapsulated on it. More Su-57s are coming. UAC General Director Yury Slyusar made an announcement that the 2023 Su-35 delivery program has met its target with the recent delivery of the final batch. He acknowledged the hardworking plant employees responsible for the production of the Su-35 for their three-shift patterns, day, evening, and night. With their dedicated effort, they have been able to ensure the punctual delivery of combat fighter jets, which has been in the works for years in order just to get out, 20 of these things. He acknowledged, not stopping there, shed light on the future plans. He indicated that before the year's end, the latest batch of Su-57 Felon fighters for 2023 will be joining the ranks of the Russian combat aviation. The exact number, however, was a detail he preferred to keep under wraps. The previously delivered included 3 S-57 fighters, which seemed to align with the reoccurring pattern of the number 3 commonly associated with the delivery of various air combat platforms for the Russian Army. Taking a closer look to the Su-57, BulgarianMilitary.com recently reported the pattern of 2-seater stealth versions of a Russian fighter made. Experts speculate that this is likely the same Su-57. It's worth mentioning that Moscow made promises of 2-seater versions of the Su-57 several years ago, which is similar to what China did with its flagship J-20. The effect on war, without a doubt, the imminent arrival of the Su-34, 35, and 57 will provide a significant boost to the air combat capabilities of Russian forces in Ukraine. Yeah, and in Ukraine only. There's still no match for the U.S. It's important to remember that just a few days ago, Ukrainian officials disclosed a marked increase in the frequency of targeted airstrikes by Russian aerospace forces, indicating an increase to 6 times the previous rate. And don't forget all the F-18 F-15s, I believe it is. It's going to Ukraine. I've done a video on that. Let's see here. They pointed out that the utilization of advanced glide bombs, now for their enhanced precision and novel aviation tactics that have extended the duration of a single airstrike over Ukraine to around 3 hours. Reflecting on these developments, Senior Officer Yury Ignat of the Ukrainian Armed Forces acknowledged in a Strana online portal report that these amplified VKS activities have hindered the Ukrainian economy by causing stagnation in business operations. The involvement of the S-57 jet is ongoing conflict and no longer under wraps, especially in the light. Ukrainian intelligence suggests that the Su-57 has now been deployed to the front lines in Kherson region. The involvement of the Su-57 jet in the ongoing conflict is no longer under wraps. Yeah. So they weren't really sure about this 57 yet, the Felon. But now they are, and there's more coming. Su-35s Flanker M. I'm going to go through this here. The realm of the Russian aerospace forces, the T-10BM design is known as the Su-35s. According to Aviation Week and Space Technology, the symbol S represents Streuervoy, which refers to the combatant in NATO terminology, is called the Flanker M. The Su-35BM signifies the latest upgrade of the Sukhoi Su-35, an advanced air superiority fighter jet birthed from the Su-27, which is the premier maneuverability and the high angle of attack wings complemented by top-tier weapon systems. This version boasts unbeatable dogfighting capabilities. They are very maneuverable. I've seen videos of them. Back in August 2009, Russian Air Force requested 48 units of the S-35, the 35S. Expectations that deliveries would come by till 2015. Yeah, well, that's no matter how many more they got there, plus what they've had before. The aircraft also received upgrades from its terms of technology and integrated information management system working in conjunction with onboard subsystems and a novel phased array radar system capable of long-range aerial target detection were introduced. In August 2011, the maiden Su-35S aircraft was handed over to the 929th State Flight Test Center for flight testing. The Russian Ministry of Defense was on the receiving end of 6 Su-35S productions aircraft from Sukhoi in December 2012. Subsequently, in 2015, China placed an order for the 24 35S aircraft for the People's Liberation Army. How interesting. This is interesting too. UK Defense Intelligence. Russia deploys strategic air defense system from Kaliningrad to Ukraine. All this is kind of adding up. Now, one of the main reasons I'd have to say is because basically Kaliningrad is surrounded by NATO. So, you might want to hightail it out of there. Let's see here. Exceptional Russian air transportation movements through November 2023 suggest that Russia is likely to move strategic air defense systems from its Baltic coast enclave in Kaliningrad to backfill recent losses in the Ukraine front. The UK Defense Intelligence reports. The following as an uptick in loss of S-400s air defense systems in temporary occupied territories of Ukraine in late October 2023. As its most westerly outposts and bordered on three sides by NATO member states, Russia sees Kaliningrad as one of its most strategically sensitive regions. In fact, the Russian MOD appears willingly to accept additional risk here, highlights the overstretch the war has caused for some of the Russians' key modern capabilities. This is a pretty interesting little story. They're moving that into Ukraine, and a lot of it has to do because they are surrounded by NATO, but yet they might be more protected there than they would be in Ukraine, just for the fact that NATO doesn't want to start nothing first. Typically, it will, but Not in this case. This is too big. This ain't a little shit country, dirt country somewhere. This is Russia, so they got to play it a little differently. This is kind of playing into their hands by moving it to the Ukraine, is what I kind of think. However, that's my opinion on it. You tell me what you think. While you're at it, hit the like, subscribe to the channel. Like button down there. It don't take much. Just go down and hit the like, and then go over and hit the subscribe. You'll thank me for it later. Anyway, toodaloo.